Today in Granny's kitchen we're making Cock-a-Leekie soup. It's a thin chicken soup with lots of leek, potato, onion and carrot and a couple of tablespoons of rice. Now I'm going to make this with proper chicken stock, so I'm starting off with a medium chicken which I'm going to boil for an hour and a half in a pan of water. Now about 3 pints of water will cover your chicken, and just lightly boil that. So the chicken in the pot is going to boil for an hour and a half on a fairly low heat. When it comes through the boil, I'm going to drain that stock and put it in the fridge, and I usually do this and then it's the next day before I actually get round to making the soup. And the reason for that is the skin in the chicken has quite a lot of fat on it. So once you drain the stock, if you let it cool, you can skim that fat off before you make your soup. So it's best to prepare this a day before you actually need it. You'll see after one night that there's some fat has come off the chicken, and I don't want that in the soup. Some people would just stir that in, but I prefer just to take that off because I don't want any of that. So I'm just going to pop that in there. I've got another 2 jugs here. So in here I have approximately 2 litres of stock, or 3 pints. Right, so in there I've got my good chicken stock. If you want, you can supplement by adding maybe a Kallo cube per pint. It's entirely up to you. It probably doesn't need it when it's made with the stock. Now in here I've got 1 chopped bag of carrots, roughly just under 1 kilo. I've chopped up 3 onions, a couple of chopped potatoes, 2 tablespoons of long grain rice. Don't add any more, it'll be like a rice pudding. And of course the chopped leeks. But basically I just chop up, they've been very well washed, so now they're just getting chopped up with scissors into little squares. And once I've done that, that just goes on the hob, because the stock is actually cold. So I'm going to put it on here, and I'll put it on very high until it comes through the boil. Then I'll leave it to simmer, maybe about 2 or 3. Okay, once your soup is cooked, go back to your warm chicken and just strip off some bits of chicken from the 2 drumsticks. I always keep the breasts because I tend to toss them into a sweet and sour sauce. But with the strips of chicken, I've just peeled some away from the legs. And I'm going to add that to the soup, which turns into its Cock-a-Leekie, which is the chicken and the leeks. You don't need to liquidize or anything. It can just be served as it is. And try and give everybody a nice little bit of chicken. And a little bit of black pepper on top of that, and it tastes delicious.